Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We are back for another session of In the Zone Trading. Yesterday was a very frustrating trading session. I went back and I re-looked at the stream and re-looked at the day, and there was definitely a lot of mistakes that were made. But more importantly, even though I made mistakes, I think I was just very, very irritated and I was a little bit on tilt. Really don't want that to be. It's been very hard recently. This is not normally how I trade. But we are here today. It's a new day. We're working on it. We are working on our mental state. And I know that once we get that done, which is a lifelong journey, by the way, it's not an overnight transformation. Once we focus more on that, I think everything else will come into place. Also, the other thing I noticed was my brain was split in two with looking at the ES and the NQ at the same time, which on a slow day is no problem, but yesterday it was maximum volatility, right? So it was really hard to keep up with both. So today I'm only going to be focusing on the NQ 800 tick chart. We have about 6 minutes before market opens. Let's go ahead and take a look at the NQ daily chart. So as you can see here, we have not been able to get above and stay above this golden ruler here, which is 25,831 level. We've tested it now 4 times, have not been able to close above it. That is a real problem. So we're gonna have to wait and see what we're going to do today. And you can notice we've definitely are going lower today. So I don't know if we come back down, retest the lows all the way to the 21 EMA. Hey, good morning, Doug. Is the Santa rally up? I don't know. Maybe we're just getting a little bit of a pullback and we continue higher into brand new all-time highs. I don't know if today will be the telltale day because it's Friday and there's no news. Maybe next week. We have a full week next week. And then obviously the week after that, it's going to be Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So, we're going to keep an eye on that. But the ES looks a little bit more bullish on the daily. So, you can see here, ES looks a lot healthier than the NQ. The ES, not only it's gotten above its troublesome level, which was 2664, and has closed above it 2 days in a row. So the ES looks a lot more bullish than the NQ. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 800 tick chart. We gapped lower on the open overnight at 6 p.m. Eastern, and we've since gone down only to retest VWAP and fail. So I've marked all the zones here. That we might step into. Although I'm not sure if this is a zone anymore. It might be. Go ahead and remove it. Yeah, you're going on vacation soon, right? When is it that you're leaving for vacation? Tomorrow, okay. How long are you guys going to be out? Hope you guys get a lot of rest and fun and relaxation. You're going somewhere warm, right? St. Thomas, St. Martin, nice. Dominican Republic by the boat. 9 days, no kids. They were staying at our house, minding the store. Okay, cool. All right. That sounds promising. All right, right off the bat, we have this bearish move here. Market's going to open in about 10 seconds. Well, I hope you have a fun and safe trip. Okay, market did open. We just tested the overnight low. Getting some buying here. Okay. No trade yet. No trade setup yet. Part of me wanted to take it here at 65.25. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it did. Well, that's good that the ES and the NQ are in sync, because when they're not in sync, it could be very tricky trading. Right now we have two triggers, which makes it tricky, right? We have this bullish trigger up here, targets 92, and we have this bearish trigger here, targets 42. You mean like the price flushing down? Sink and flush? Oh, in sync. So SYNC. Like synchronized. All right, we're almost at the first target here. Where's my runner? And we are pushing through the EMAs on the 5 minutes, so that's interesting. We are at 600. And VWAP is right above our heads, so I'm not sure what we do here. Oh, no worries, Doug. The English language is confusing. There's so many words that mean different. The same word can mean many different things, right? Like weather, weather, weather. Now, granted, that's spelled different. Fair. Bear. Trying to think some other ones. Alright, we retested VWAP and literally failed. So, see if we can take a short here. Alright, sellers, I need you to come in and step in. Let's go. Alright, moving it to break even because I really don't want it to bounce up. Alright, I got out. I needed it to flush immediately. Alright, good management there. Good management. This is a really tricky situation here. Okay, I don't know if I was going to take 600 or not. The bounce off 600. I don't think I will. I just don't like the way it's... Yeah, I don't really like the way it's moving. Whoa, I'm so glad I didn't take that. That was a very aggressive... That would have been what's called a dirty stop loss, where your stop loss would not have been hit right away. You would have gotten out with a terrible, terrible fill. Wow. Wow. Crazy. So glad I was not in that trade. Some pretty tricky price action today. But we remain patient. That's good to know. Thanks for letting me know, Doug, because I'm not keeping an eye on the ES. So if you do see something on the ES, that would be helpful. Thanks. All right, the bearish targets hit at 550. Okay. I missed my bearish entry. See if it comes back and gets us in. Okay. All right, we got like $130 or $140 on that trade. Happened very quickly. Yep, 7 points away. Let's go. Then we'll be done with the first group. Wow, buyers really defended. All right, we got this bullish signal here, but we're overall in a bearish trend right now. We will draw this macro trend line, and we will draw the demand level. I don't think sellers care. We are in the demand level right now. Well, we smacked this demand level in its face. Did not care. There were no buyers to be found here. I think the buyers just gave up. Yeah, on the, yes, got it. Yep. Yep. All right. Potential bearish setup here going into 500, but I think this candle's going to be too big. Or we bounce up. Yep. This is a bullish candle now, not a bearish one. Bearish trigger, but we're gonna smack right into 500, and it's also the second standard deviation, so let's see what happens at this level. All right. Looks like we're getting some buyers. All right, this is going to be a buy here. Moved it to break even. Okay. Thought it was going to go. It was up 8 points. We can try it again here. But it might just hit target without us. That's okay. Okay, I think it got us in on the other. Okay. I'm just gonna have to close the other contracts. Okay. It got me in on my on my copied accounts, but not on my that would have been 300. Well, that would have been $300 on my other accounts, but they didn't take that trade, so. Okay, let's go ahead and delete lines that do not matter anymore. And draw some new lines like this one. And this one. Okay. Bullish trade is almost hit target. You're still in this bearish trade. There it is. Okay. Breaking back up. If we break this high, I can move the golden ruler up as well. We're testing it. 570 is what we got to break. Another bullish signal here. We have that tough level above us though. And we still have this macro trend line downside. Alright, it's 10 o'clock. There's no 10 o'clock news today, so I don't expect anything crazy right now. But you never know. Sometimes the 10 o'clock candles act crazy, even without the news. Alright, the bearish trade worked, but couldn't take it. Okay, we took the runner out, so we have two lines that we're going to draw. We have this line and we have this line. Okay, the bearish signal triggered, but I don't like it. Maybe it'll go down and retest 500, but I don't like it, so not taking it. But we are back at the lows of the day. See if buyers actually step in here or not. Okay, we hit the target. Let's see what we do from here. I don't know if buyers want to decide to step in here at the second standard deviation or not. I'm gonna be patient because I don't really see it happening. Let's see if this one makes sense to take higher. No. It did trigger though. Yeah, we definitely broke the low on the NQ as well. There are buyers that are stepping in right now, but I don't know if they're only bringing it up only to sell it back down. What's interesting here is I think we got that 50% retracement. Yep, down to the 50. But now we're moving down, so don't really know if I like it. Going up. Yep, there it is. There it is. We have this move lower, so what is this line that I have drawn here? Oh, it's a support level. Okay, well, I will not be looking to go bearish here. Although this trade would have worked. I just have to trust the lines that I've drawn, even though they're wrong sometimes. Yeah, let's look at the 5-minute. I don't really see support all the way until maybe down here. But that means it's got to go. Well, we are at support now. Let's see if buyers will actually step in. This is the level right there. If we're continuing to break down, then the next level is really going to be down here at 390 or 400. So this thing is just puking right now. Puke, puke, puke. Okay. All right, well, we're coming into that zone, so I guess I'm not going to try to catch a falling knife. I'm just going to have to wait and see what we do. I've been burned too many times trying to catch falling knives. I guess burned wouldn't be the right word. I've been cut too many times trying to catch falling knives. We are bouncing up against this support line that I drew here. You can see the low, the higher low, trend line, bounce. Is this going to be a legitimate area of support? I don't know. Couldn't tell you with any level of certainty right now. Just this aggressive selling has been. What I do know is that we did trigger a higher here, but we're bumping up against resistance, so. Okay, the bullish trade worked, but again, very mediocre setup. Let's go ahead and keep track of the runner, which I think is about to be taken out. Yep, the runner's taken out right there. Now we wait for another setup. I'm going to go with bullish here. If we can hold 450, I will go bullish. If we can't, then we'll see if we can go bearish, if it makes sense. All right, did this trigger higher? I think it did. This might be a stop loss. All right, moving to the break even. Will this trade work? Yes or no? Let's go. All right, we locked in 5 points. Okay, we made about $100 or so on that trade. I'm not going to try it again. Because we really didn't get that push I was looking for to the upside. We do have a marginal setup here to go down. I don't like it either, so I didn't take it. And then we also got this bullish setup here, so I don't really like when we get a bullish and a bearish signal because it's confusing. Looks like the bearish trade will work. There it is. The runner is out. Don't like this bearish setup either, just because we're right at support here. Also, these are really big candles too. I mean, this is almost a 20-point candle. Don't typically like taking 20-point candles. You could see where buyers are defending this area down here. Sellers have been aggressive though, and they've pushed through a lot of strong levels of support today. So I wouldn't be surprised if sellers do come down. Their ultimate target is 400. Okay. Okay, we have a bullish and a bearish signal here. Definitely in a battle zone. Okay, so the bearish move worked. Now we're really breaking through all that support. All right, let's see where we're at here. We're at 400. That is the level I said the sellers wanted to hit. I would imagine the buyers have to step in here. This is a very strong level. Redrawing a bigger trend line here. That we're breaking. Alright, well, don't need to draw it anymore. Sellers have been super aggressive today. Just not sure why we're getting all this selling today. If anybody knows, let me know. Just down, 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 down. Okay, we have a potential bearish setup here. It's getting too big now. Yep. too big. Okay, this did trigger bearish, but happened very fast. This is, gosh, it just keeps going down. I'm really waiting for a good place to either short or go long, but I haven't been able to get either. Wow, just straight up selling. Straight up. I wanted to take this 300 here. Gosh, just the price action is moving so fast. I wanted to take this long here. It would have worked for 15 points. Okay. We'll try again. Maybe. Sucks I missed it. It's a little frustrating, but gosh, I was like right there. Boom, 15 points. All good, man, all good. Gotta brush it off. Because these trades are like few and far between, you know? Today, there's just been so tough to trade. I'm wondering if bulls are going to start stepping up now. Be really interesting to see what we do at 400. Here's this one. And it was this one. Okay, this triggered lower, but it's just a huge candle. It's like 26 points. bulls look like they want to transition higher. Okay, we got 2 levels of resistance overhead. 3 really. This micro trend line, macro trend line, and the golden ruler. I would imagine the bulls are going to try to retest 400 though. Alright, there's the bullish trigger here, but again, resistance overhead. Looks like this resistance is holding up there. We do have a bearish signal here, but we got support. So we're kind of in a wedge. We're in a very ugly wedge. Might actually take this bullish. Oh, I missed it again. All right, here we go. Can we go up? No. All right, that was worth a try. It's the only trade that actually had enough distance to hit it. Sucks because we actually did end up getting the 15 points only after I get stopped out. It's unfortunate. Okay, it eventually worked to the upside and the bearish trade stopped out. Hey, how's it going, bro? Powerful price action indeed. Couldn't take advantage of it. There were no pullbacks. It just kept falling and falling and falling. Okay, we're going back up to 400. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I wasn't worried about Barry either, John. I just couldn't find the place to take a trade, you know? Especially because every time I thought about going bearish, we were in another support zone, and then we shot through that support zone to the downside over and over and over. So it was very frustrating. This might actually be a bullish signal here. See if we can come back down to the EMA. We might just end up going up to target. I hope so. I'm being patient. I'm actually trading very well. I'm just not getting the results I'm looking for. And there were 2 or 3 trades that I missed it by literally a split second. I should have been up an extra $600 minimum right now. So, all right, we touched 400. Do we fail here? Alright, we're getting that inverted hammer look. Okay, we triggered it lower, but it's probably just gonna go. And hit the target. Yep. No pullback. No pullback whatsoever. Yeah, there was one trade that I was glad it looked really good bullish, but I was glad I didn't get into it because that bearish move, it's really when the bears started taking over. It was this aggressive, like 30-40 point move. It happened in a split second. It would have been a dirty stop loss and some slippage there for sure. Yeah, that one was pretty nasty. Ugh. All right, we have another bearish setup, but I don't like it because the target is underneath the golden ruler and underneath this trend line. And just because I don't like something doesn't mean it's not going to work. But I'm trying to stay very, very, very disciplined today. So let's just call that the win for today. Okay, 350 might be an area of support. Let's just see. We will take it. Come on, come back down and get me, please. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I cannot. It just escapes me. There's 15 points right there. I literally said it, guys. 350 might be an area of support. Tried to put my order in, and then boom, 15 points. Ay. Man, oh man. Let's just see what it does here. I don't think I want to take it a second time. I could be wrong. It is bouncing, but there it is. There's the failure. But it's bouncing up. All right, we will take it here. I think 350 is holding if we can get back to 350. Okay. I would like for it to go up now. Okay. Well. Well. Guess now we're thinking bearish. Okay. Keep going. Okay, nice. $300. Made up for those 2 stop losses. Is it a dead cat bounce? Good question. Remember, I don't know if you were here. I was saying if bulls are going to try to retest 400, that's exactly where it went to. Went exactly to 400 and it failed. So it'll be really interesting to see what we do at 300. Will we get another bounce at 300? Because that seems to be the current level of support at the moment. Or a strong level of support, I should say. If we go to the 15-minute chart. I need to load more data. Let's load the last 20 days. Yeah, 300. If we break 300, we're going down to 267 because of this wick here, and then 247, and then probably 200. That's if we continue going down. Let's go back to the NQ. All right, so I want to set myself up to take a trade going into 300 if we get a bearish setup. Is it a good place for a pre-position buy? I don't know. Today I've been playing it very cautiously because the price action's been so aggressive. I know I've missed a lot of trades, but the price action's been so aggressive. I don't want a dirty stop loss to not only take me out, but like really count. I don't know if that makes sense. Count for a lot worse than my initial risk that I was prepping for, you know? Alright, so this is the bearish potential candle here we're going to go down on. Okay, it's increasing. Now it's getting too big. Whoa. Gosh. You see why I didn't put a preemptive buy there, John? Oh my God. That was... I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Oh my God. My stop loss might have been like 100 points there, bro. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever seen candles as aggressive as that in that short amount of time. That was in one... Oh my God. In 15 seconds, we dropped like 70 points. My God, man. I am so glad I did not put a preemptive buy at 300. That would have been really ugly. Alright, I gotta figure out where we are right now. That got my heart rate going a little bit. I don't know about you guys. I mean, that made me nervous and I wasn't even in the trade. If I miss a trade, I miss a trade. I've missed 3 or 4 trades today, but that's okay. You know, we might be getting some buying. We kind of have to. This was an overreaction to the selling. I mean, the selling was an overreaction, is what I meant to say. But do we go bearish here? Yeah, but I missed it. Look, I mean, and the price action right now is moving so fast. It's really hard for me to be getting in and out of trades at the moment. This is another reason why I'm only trading one chart today. And then there's your strong bullish candle. But is this a fake out, you know, like... Okay, I got like something off that, maybe $100. It happened so quick. Do you guys see that? I wanted to buy it right there. Can we get in? Okay, well, we need to go up now. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. I caught one, guys. I caught one. Thank you, Jesus. I don't know, Doug. That I really... I'm gonna text Mark and see if he knows anything. All right, let's see where we're at right now. We had this bearish signal here. We just hit target on it. Our golden ruler is at okay. And then we have this other trade that just hit targets. And I'll give you guys, I mean, I think the bulls are trying today. They are trying to show up at the key levels. And they're getting 15 points, maybe 20 points. But then the sellers are relentless. Keep pushing this thing down. I need to go to the daily chart and see if there's any bigger levels we need to be paying attention to. This is ridiculous, guys. This is the daily chart. We are at the low from December 1st. So we could start seeing some buying now. Maybe. Let's see the ES daily as well. Now the ES is still above its 21 EMA, whereas the NQ daily is way below it. So the NQ looks way more bearish. Now that I know we actually hit a major level, I'm gonna go ahead and mark this down here. I don't know if I want to go any. I don't know if I want any absolutes here. This is a good place to short right there. But all right, I'm glad I didn't get filled. But I think buyers are gonna have to step in based on the daily chart, right? You guys see what I was seeing? I just read your comment, Dust. So your signal went off at 11 o'clock a.m. to go bearish. Finally, I think at that point it's like too late. You and I should talk offline and see if we can tweak the system a little bit. See if you can get an earlier signal with decent probability. But correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe we can talk about it offline. Okay, AI bubble and negative earnings from major tech companies. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, that insta drop, I don't know. Here's what I was thinking about that drop, right? Right, Doug? This is a level where there were probably a lot of buyers, and maybe this is, again, it goes to a physics, this is a physics metaphor, right? it was a greater momentum here, the sellers, than the buyers. And so as soon as the buyers couldn't hold 300, because it happened so fast, they had to cover. And so by covering, remember, they're buying, they're losing, they're selling. So selling increases upon selling, and you get that insta drop. And I'm imagining these are computers doing it, because I don't think humans are fast enough to see that, right? Yeah, electronic for sure. Yeah, it's an algorithm that kicked in, and the bulls had to cover. They were trapped, and they had to cover. And it happened so fast. Again, I think based on computer algorithmic trading and not human trading, because gosh, like you guys saw that, it was really hard to even take advantage of something like that in a split second, literally. Hey, Dust, do me a favor. Take a screenshot of your setup for today and send it to me. I'm really curious. Really, really curious. All right, we're still in this bearish trade here, but it triggered right above 200. Did not want to take it with all the potential areas of support, but sellers have been super strong today, and it's almost at target. So yeah, that would have been nice, Doug. Or would have been nice, yeah, in an options trade where now, but my buddy Dust, he trades options. He day trades options, I should say. And if you get a day like this where you were able to catch the move and let it ride the whole day, you would be a very rich person today. Let's just take a look at the 5-minute real quick. So let's just say you decided to take the short off of the VWAP right here because it failed at VWAP, or maybe even up here. But this is pre-market. But let's just say market opens, boom, retest VWAP and fail. And you trail it. So it goes down. This candle never broke this candle. Or actually it didn't. Well, you would have been stopped out, but you would have hit your first target. Then your second time you would have entered right here based on this inside candle. It goes down. You're trailing it, you're trailing it, you're trailing it, you're trailing it, you're trailing it. You finally get stopped out here. So how many points is that? 539 to 385. Like over 150 points. With the option premium on that. Let's just say your delta was... I'm not sure what delta Dust trades, but let's just say you were trading a 50 delta, but eventually obviously gets closer and closer to 1. It's a lot of money. Doug, you trade 6.5? Okay. 65 delta. Yeah, you know, I'm slowly getting back into options trading again. I love options. They have a very special place in my heart. I've just been gravitating towards the future scene, especially when it comes to day trading, because I don't have to figure out the Greeks when I'm trading very, very quick time frames. Now, if you're trading the 5-minute time frames and higher, options is definitely a good way to go because you have time to think. Whereas I'm trading the 800 tick chart, and you guys see how fast these candles are moving. Can't really trade options on a tick chart unless you go much higher tick count, like I don't know, like a 5,000 tick or something like that. So we are currently in this bullish trade here, but it's not optimal. This is a 27-point candle. It's crazy. Yeah, I used to day trade 0 DTE options, Doug, but I would trade them as credit spreads. So if price went in my favor and or just kind of went sideways during the day, I'm collecting all that premium, right? But they're very risky if you don't know what you're doing. And I think with that system, you probably have to base it more on the 15-minute chart. But I did that for a long time. I was pretty decent at it. And then I would do the same thing with day trading, you know, Apple and NVIDIA and AMD and all those guys on Fridays. Same thing, 0 DT options, but with credit spreads. And I had a lot of success. But there's a but. There's always a but, right? If you don't know how to manage them, and if they go through your box, right? What do? You take the loss? And the problem is when you take losers, they're going to be bigger than your winners with credit spreads. Unless you set it up to where if you know you're going to collect, let's just say $100, then make sure your stop loss is also $100. And that's easier said than done. And then sometimes I would even change those credit spreads into iron condors, depending on the direction. I would be interested in back testing today with options and seeing what the premium would have looked like if you would have caught it in the beginning and towards now. All right, buyers are trying to hold 200. Sellers are trying to break 200. This is the battle zone. All right, looks like sellers won. I'm probably looking to take one more trade and then I'm going to call it, guys. But I'm waiting for a good area. Oh, that's good to know, Doug. Yeah, I'm curious to hear what you do. I know Mark's gotten really good at day trading options. He's developed a real methodology for it. And I think that's really cool. I guess I missed this one. This is the trade. What this might end up looking like, though, guys, if you're starting to see it, a reverse head and shoulders. So we have the shoulder, we have the head, we have the shoulder. Do buyers step in here and move this thing back up? The answer is no. Sellers are wicked fast today. Sellers are wicked fast today. I missed that bearish move right there. I missed it again. We'll put it right there. See if we can get a fill. Okay, it triggered. Oh, wow. Where did these buyers come from? Okay. They're fighting, and I lost. I got in the middle of their fight. Okay, question is, where do we go from here? This bullish trade already hit target. Golden ruler moves down. See, this is the bearish move I was looking for, but there might be buyers in this zone, guys. Might be buyers in this zone. Yeah, that's a good idea, Doug, especially if you're working full-time, for sure. All right, I can't take this one lower because of that standard deviation level. Are we at the third standard deviation? No, we're at the second. Okay. Okay, we have some bullish movement here. All right, looks like we're gonna hit the target here. All right, let's delete that. All right, now we have a runner. Going back to 200. Let's see how we behave at 200. Okay, we closed above it, but I have this downward trend line in the way. If I want to go bullish, I can't. It did trigger higher. That trend line is acting as resistance. That's exactly what we're seeing here. Yep. Okay. I don't know if I want to take a short at 200 either, because we have that EMA in the way. So I'm kind of stuck. I am stuck. And being stuck sometimes is not a bad thing. I will say this, today's stream was not boring, to say the least. Price action's been crazy. And to be honest, I was not expecting this kind of a price action on a Friday. Morning with no news. So that's just so crazy. Okay, we have this trend line now. If we can break through both trend lines here. I've finished 3 of the 4 groups, John. I'm just waiting to... I'm slightly negative in group 4 right now. Took that one losing trade right here. Bearish move right there that didn't work. At 11:22 candle. Alright, so that was the candle I wanted to take it to. I missed it. Okay. All good in the neighborhood. There it is. It just hit target. Almost. Alright, we can delete this line, this measured move, this line. We are now approaching the golden ruler. and this downward trend line here. We failed at it. Wow, we really failed at it. Like it wasn't even wasn't even a second thought. Thank you so much, John. I hope you have a great weekend. Hope you get some rest, some fun with your family, some fun. Yeah, I said fun twice. Yeah, make sure you have a lot of fun this weekend. And I will talk to you on Monday. All right, do we want to take this trade higher? Yes or no? I don't think there's room for it. That's the problem. There's no room for it. Yeah, no room for it. Definitely no room for it. Now it's closing below 200. Okay. And I don't think I have room to go to the downside either. Okay, we have a runner now on this trade. We'll delete this line. I need to draw a new downward trend line. It was this, but that was the one that triggered higher, so it's going to be this one. And now we're in another wedge. Hey Doug, for your trip, are you flying down to Miami to catch your boat? Or are you going to take it at another dock? All right, my next plan of attack is going to be to see how price behaves around 150. If it's bearish, we'll go down. If it's bullish, we'll go up. It's as simple as that. we may not get down to 150. Okay, let's see what this candle wants to do. It did trigger higher, but we're not taking it. It's too big. And the measured move is beyond 200. But we will keep track of it. Looks like we might be getting a bearish signal here too. Yep. This one would take us down to 150. This one's probably the higher probability setup. Of the two setups here, I like the bearish move better, but I don't want to risk almost 20 points on this trade. Need to find a better place to take this trade. Let's get the runner out of the way. All right, we're coming down into 150. Bullish trade did not work. All right, check this out, guys. I know I show this to you guys all the time, but almost 50% retracement, right? And then boom, goes down and hits target. This is what I typically look for if I'm trading a candle like this. I'm looking for that 50% retracement and I cut my risk in half, and then this is a 2-to-1, and then this is a 3-to-1. It's really, really cool when you do the math. This is why I look for better setups, and this is why sometimes these trades escape me. We will not be taking that bearish. We are very much at the bottom of the range now. So let me draw it for you guys. Boom. Let's see a buyer step in here. I'm also looking to take like cheaper trades. Like I don't want to just take a candle just because it looks nice. Like, especially if I get stopped out, it's going to be a much bigger stop loss. But we went right through this zone. It's crazy. Go ahead and delete it. And right now our golden ruler moves down to here. Maybe the buyers are delayed because they're moving up now, but might be a little too late. All right, we have this upward trend line, we have this downward trend line, and we're potentially getting a signal to go bearish here. We'll see. 100 would be the next level to tag. Okay. It triggered to the upside, but immediately failed. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, there was no room to hit it if you wanted to go bullish there. Wow. Sellers today have just been relentless. So much for the Santa Claus rally. Unless somehow Santa Claus pulls off a miracle. It can be on a Hallmark movie. Santa Claus pulls a miracle and saves the stock market. You know? That sort of thing. This measure move is way too big. Looks like buyers are stepping in. Okay. Okay. We will take this at 150 if it wants to come down. And we're only going to risk 6 points. We're not going to do anything crazy. I'm getting some bullish volume now, I think. Let me see. Yep, some bullish volume. I might just cancel this order. This move is really extended at this point. I doubt I want it to come all the way back down now just to get me in. That's exactly what it's doing, though. It's coming back down. Wow. Tagged 150 perfectly. I would have had at least 5 or 6 points on this trade. Because we would have hit the 10 points. Yeah, I would have made about $100, but that's fine. This is what I thought it was going to do. And so I didn't want to get in. There you go. Would have been stopped out. Well, I wouldn't have been stopped out. We would have gotten 6 points, but you guys know what I mean. But buyers are showing some form of resilience here. So maybe, just maybe, it goes back up and hits target. Ideally, if you do take the 150 trade here, your stop loss really is below 32.75. But I don't want to risk almost 18 or so points, right? That's just too big of a stop loss. It would have worked. It would have worked. But again, I'm just thinking more of like, I'm rethinking not so much whether the trade worked or not, which is obviously very important, but more, how do I protect my accounts? Because I have done a terrible job protecting my accounts the last couple of weeks. And I don't want to get into trades that put a lot of exposure on. So I try to take trades where the probability is going to be high, where the risk is going to be low. Because if it doesn't work, it's manageable, you know? And when the trades do work, they wipe out 2 or 3 losers. So that's why I've been very cautious today. Do you remember the red and green dot indicators? Got a picture, but can't put it in the chat. Red and green dot indicators. Let me see. If there's a way you could send this to me, hold on. Okay, I went ahead and I emailed you. So just email me back the image and then we can talk about it. As much as I like seeing this bullish candle to go up, it's too big. And I would prefer a smaller bullish candle. We also have this look here. So I don't know if that's going to play a factor or not, this trend line. Looks like we're trying to break through it. So maybe it's not a factor. Oh yeah, Doug, that's the 38 special. It's the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA. And then the dots tell you whether or not to go bullish or bearish. I want to play around with that when it comes to day trading. I haven't had the chance. I think we went over it in the 2020 conference. The first conference we were at. I was going to take that short, but I missed it. Okay. Don't know if I want to do that anymore. Yeah, it was a joint effort between Mark and Jared, and I forgot the premise behind it. I'm going to have to go back and see if I could find the videos on that one as well, too, Doug. I think you can implement it on a tick chart, but it would have to be on Thinkorswim. And the Thinkorswim tick charts are going to be different. The data feed's different on the tick charts on Thinkorswim. They're not in unison. But if I was to try something like that, I'd probably try it on like the 1 minute chart or something like that. Maybe the 5 minute chart. I'll have to take a look at it and see if there's any sort of pattern or way to trade it. But yeah, probably review the lesson first and see if it's applicable for day trading. All right, we're still in this bearish trade. But it was not a good setup, so we didn't take it. We simultaneously triggered bullish here. Do I want to take it bullish? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. These are all traps. Both ways. Both ways are traps. Been pretty disciplined today. I think I'm just getting a little tired. We've been streaming now for 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I think I'm going to call it here, guys. Let's talk a little bit about the performance today. I'm very happy with the way I traded. There were a few disappointments, of course, because we missed like 3 trades, maybe 4 that would have netted us an extra $900. And our performance today, 62% win rate, which is pretty good with this system because your losers are going to be less than your winners, smaller than your winners rather. So anytime your losers are smaller than your winners and you have a greater than 50% win rate, you're going to do really, really well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a ton of fun being on here with you guys, especially with all that crazy price action. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys back on here on Monday at 9:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you guys so much for joining. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me or leave a message. Have a good one.